So let's pick things up at line 150, where we find the merchant again in the thick of his misogyny and full of irony. In this little section, he supports his arguments that wives are wonderful, an argument he's making very ironically, of course, with 4 examples of biblical matriarchs, namely Rebecca, Judith, Abigail, and Esther, all of whom he cites as examples of women who've done exemplary work. However, when you pry beneath the surface and into the details of these stories, all of them prevailed by using deception or by using betrayal and proved themselves guilty of the fact that women cannot be trusted. He then goes on to cite another couple of auctorities, namely Seneca, who tells us that there is no thing greater than a humble wife. He endorses the advice of Cato, the Roman philosopher Cato, who told us to to obey our wives and to suffer, endure everything they tell us to do, that they are keepers of our husbandry. They will keep our household and they will manage our affairs. In fact, he warns us that not to have a wife is to risk real unhappiness. Well may the sick man bewail and weep, there is no wife the house to keep. He also the merchant offers us the warning that we must love our wife as Christ loved his church, giving us also the conditional, if thou lovest thyself, thou lovest thy wife, an idea that builds on the biblical notion that husband and wife are one flesh, and therefore that we wouldn't ever fail to look after our own flesh. So therefore, we must also cherish thy wife as if she is ourself. He advises us that they being so knit, there may no harm betide. In other words, if you are knit to your wife, then no harm can befall you. Of course, words that strongly contradict the negative impression of marriage, his own marriage, that he gave us in his prologue.